sorry, I didn't realize you were here already. I was just doing a little prep work for Sunday roast. Waste not, what not, they say. Vlad's B positive is exquisite. All the body of type O, but with half the calories and just a hint of iron. Vlad's, tell him Roxie sent you for an extra 10% off leg of Ottoman. Now, back to our dinner. We're gonna work on some tea. This is a lovely blend I picked up at a pagan festival a couple of weekends ago. It's actually a root beer tea blend, so it's our first time trying it, so we'll see what happens. And we'll just let that steep. We'll have ourselves some lovely tea later with dinner. Oh, somebody's at the door. Oh, well, hello. Hey, it's the goat man of Maryland. How are things in Beltsville?
You know, Maryland sucks. That's okay. I'm glad to be here in West Virginia.
Well, you're just in time for dinner.
Yes, who's for dinner? Yes. You
Well,
know, I love children. They taste like chicken. Yes.
Well,
So what are you having, Roxie?
we are making Irish salmon soup.
Sounds delicious.
Yes, it is. And I took the liberty of having my kitchen zombie and my friend One-Eyed Willie prepare our ingredients for today.
Your friend, he looks like he needs to put some meat on his bones.
Well, I'm trying, but you know, sometimes you just can't. You know, you can lead a skeleton to food, but you can't make a meat.
You know, is he a fashion model now? Because you know that's how they eat.
Yep. Well, actually, he had a pee last May, and all the tabloids said he was pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's a he though. He can't do that.
Well, the Inquirer was very intrigued with him.
Well, they're intrigued about everything.
Yes. Well,
They're intrigued about ingrown toenails.
for today's ingredients, we have the eyes of an Irishman, some Yeti members, some diced swamp thing fingers, some chopped tear gas bombs.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. And a container of dinosaur pee. The rendered fat from a Bigfoot.
Pee, is that like peas or urine?
Urine, of course.
I don't
Only
know.
the finest from the...
I don't know.
We got it from our Tyrannosaurus in the backyard. Mary.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I guess that's okay.
It's all organic, locally sourced, all the good stuff that all the hip people are into these days.
I don't know. I'm kind of old school. I like my food to be genetically altered, chemically enhanced. That's where I go.
Well, we know that's what happened to you.
Wow.
Well, our spices are some leaves from Caesar's crown, some Dead Sea salt, the grated nails of a demon, and some powdered lizard scales. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to heat our cauldron. Get that warming up nicely. Now for you ghouls on the go, this would be a great opportunity to break out the electric cauldron and just kind of let it simmer all day long. But bear in mind, you just won't get the same depth of flavor as you will from a traditional cauldron. And since that's warming up nicely, we'll go ahead and toss in the rendered fat from our Bigfoot. Probably about half of this. Don't have to have a ton of it. We'll just let that work its magic down there. Melt, let it kind of ooze and work its way out. Great. Our Bigfoot fat has rendered nicely, and now it's time to add our tear gas bombs. Safety first, of course. You gotta watch those eyes, they like to roll. We're just gonna let that simmer a bit until we get this nice mahogany coffin brown around the edges. And you know, the rest of it pretty translucent, almost like a death stalker scorpion, you know. Now that that's softening nicely, we can go ahead and add in our Yeti members. Now these actually are really fresh. I went to a Yeti bris in the Himalayas last weekend, I think it was. And the Moyle Rabid Abominable was such a nice guy. He actually sent me home with the leftovers. So we'll be using those today instead of the large ones. We have just the tip. And we can also go ahead and toss in our Swamp Thing fingers. Just ran into Swamp Thing last month. It was toward the end of gardening season, so he had some time on his hands. We'll just let that cook for a little bit. Tell us a little bit about what it's like in Beltsville these days?
Well, that's not people, you know, with all the weird stuff going on, people aren't scared of the goat man no more. Yeah, I try to make it my appearance every now and then, but, you know, I don't know. There's people that don't even notice me, you know. What can I tell you? Yeah, scared a few children, though.
Oh,
that was fun.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So that was good.
Right, we're about ready for our dinosaur pea. Now to give this new root beer tea a try. It's not bad at all. You don't really get the root beer kick until towards the end, on the back end of it, from the sassafras. It's actually quite good. Now with the soup off of the heat so it's not actively boiling, we'll add the tears of a calf. Just work that in. And as you can see, the eyes of a Irishman yield, but they aren't mush.
Hey, this is the part of the show where we have a cocktail of the week or the day, or whatever day you happen to be watching. You know me, I'm Rock Savage, the world's most dangerous filmmaker. Today, I'm going to be the world's most dangerous bartender. And as a tribute to the real James Bond out there, because I'm sure by now you heard, we're going to make James Bond more sensitive, like Michael Jackson. So he's not going to be a real man anymore. So this is a tribute to the real men who played James Bond: Sean Connery, George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, and Pierce Brosnan. And no, not that funny-looking guy with the big ears. Daniel Craig is not a real James Bond. He had his own little universe, and now his James Bond is dead. But the other ones will live on forever. So we're going to make a manly martini. Now, normally I would like to make a classic martini, which is with gin. But since we're paying a tribute to 007, we're going to do a James Bond 007 martini. Shaken, not stirred. So let's start. You're going to need your martini glass, of course. You're going to need a very groovy shaker, because it's shaken, not stirred. Now you're saying, Rock, I can't remember all this stuff, how many parts vermouth, how many parts, vodka. Well, that's okay. You can get a glass like this that'll help you cheat. You see, you can get this on the internet. I got mine at a fine glassware store, which I can't remember the name of because it's been so long ago. But you can get one like this on an internet store, and I'm sure no problem. And right here has the ingredients for the traditional martini with gin. But we're going to substitute gin for vodka because we're doing a James Bond martini. So that's what we're going to do. So first I would recommend get one of these. So you can measure it perfectly. Some bartenders who have been around for years, it's all in their head, but you don't want to make a bad martini, especially if you happen to be serving a secret agent. So first we are going to take, let's make, I was right, 1 ounce of dry vermouth. Now when you open your vermouth must always be chilled. When you first open it, not a problem. After you open it, it goes in the fridge. The vodka is no problem. The gin is no problem. Vermouth must be chilled. So we're going to take, if I can open it, because it's stuck. There we go. We are going to pour 1 ounce of dry vermouth. Not in a glass. That would be okay if we were making a traditional. We're doing 007 style. Put it in the shaker. Very good. I'm going to take the vermouth now that we used it. I'm going to put it here in my little fridge so it stays nice. Now, we are going to take 2 ounces of gin. It says so right here. So always keep that handy in case you forget, because you're probably, if you're going to be a cool and dangerous bartender like me, you're going to be mixing a lot of drinks for your guests, and you're not going to be able to remember them all. Professional bartenders do it, but that's no fun. That's like a 9-to-5 job, too much like work. We're doing this to have a good time. Any good vodka will do. So, 2 ounces of vodka. There we go.
shaken, not stirred. Take the top off here. These you can get pretty much anywhere. I recommend one like this. Whatever, you know, your mileage may vary. You pour the martini there. Now, like I said, we don't stir it. It's shaken, not stirred. And I don't know how many olives 007 likes in his martini. I prefer 2. And there you have it. A secret agent martini. 007 style. Let's all drink a toast to the late great James Bond. The classic James Bond. May he live forever in reruns and on DVD.
From all of us here at the Savage Mansion, bon appetit. We'll see you next time.